Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Ārādhayo Bhagavan Rajesh Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vardhena Kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Matamidam Tatradarana Para. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityaṁ Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8. So we're going to begin Chapter 8 today, which is entitled, Lord Krishna shows the universal form within his mouth. Lord Krishna shows the universal form within his mouth. And we read the story of Trina Bharata, and we can take some reflections also later. But for now, we will begin the new chapter, Canto 10, Chapter 8. I hope all of you can see my screen. And we'll get started with... Yes, Sudhir Prabhu, you want to read the summary? Aswati Mataji, you want to read the summary?
Prabhuji, I'm outside. I'll just read after I reach home. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Sure. No worries, Mataji. The summary of the 8th chapter is as follows. This chapter describes the ceremony of giving a name to Krishna. It also describes his crawling, his playing with the cows, and his eating earth, and again showing the universal form to his mother. One day, Vasudeva sent for Garg Muni, the family priest of the Yadu Vamsha, and thus Garg Muni went to the house of Nanda Maharaj, who received him very well and requested him to give names to Krishna and Balaram. Garg Muni, of course, reminded Nanda Maharaj that Kamsa was looking for the son of Devaki, and said if he performed the ceremony very gorgeously, the ceremony would come to the notice of Kamsa, who would then suspect that Krishna was the son of Devaki. Nanda Maharaj therefore requested Garg Muni to perform this ceremony without anyone's knowledge, and Garg Muni did so. Because Balaram, the son of Rohini, increases the transcendental bliss of others, his name is Rama. And because of his extraordinary strength, he is called Baladeva. He attracts the Yadus to follow his instructions, and therefore his name is Sankarshana. Krishna, the son of Yashoda, previously appeared in many other colors such as white, red, and yellow, and he had now assumed the color black because he was sometimes the son of Vasudeva, and his name is Vasudeva. According to his various activities and qualities, he has many other names. After thus informing Nanda Maharaj and completing the name-giving ceremony, Garg Muni advised Nanda Maharaj to protect his son very carefully and then departed. Shukdev Goswami next described how the two children crawled, walked on their small legs, played with cows and calves, stole butter and other milk products, and broke the butter pots. In this way, he described many naughty activities of Krishna and Balaram. The most wonderful of these occurred when Krishna's playmates complained to Mother Yashoda that Krishna was eating earth. Mother Yashoda wanted to open Krishna's mouth to see the evidence so that she could chastise him. Sometimes she assumed the position of a chastising mother, and at the next moment she was overwhelmed with maternal love. After describing all this to Maharaj Parikshit, Shukdev Goswami, at Maharaj Parikshit's request, praised the fortune of Mother Yashoda and Nanda. Nanda and Yashoda were formerly Drona and Dhara, and by the order of Brahma, they came to this earth and had the Supreme Personality of Godhead as their son. Wow, such a beautiful chapter. Lord Krishna's naughty pastimes of eating dirt, eating butter, his name-giving ceremony by Gargamuni, Gargacharya, all those will be covered in this beautiful chapter. So I thank you all for your kind association. And this chapter is about 50 plus verses. So let's start reading this wonderful chapter. People, bro, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Dhamma Pranam, all Shri Prabhupada. Sri Shukha Uvacho, Gargo Puru Hito Rajan, Idunam Shomuhato Tapa, Rajam Jagamo, Nandosho, Vasudevo, Prachodita. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada with joy. Shukdeva Goswami said, O Maharaj Parikshit, the priest of the Jodu dynasty, namely Gargamuni, who was highly elevated in austerity and meekness, was then inspired by Vasudev to go to see Nanda Maharaj at his home. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, bro. So it's very interesting to note here that Garg Muni was inspired by Vasudev to go and see Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj didn't call Garg Muni at the first place. So Vasudev from Mathura somehow communicated to Garg Muni. That's the link here, right? Because Vasudev knows that Krishna is there, right? So he wants the name-giving ceremony. He certainly knows the time it has, the time which has passed in the Vedic culture. There are different samskaras, right, done at different times. So Vasudev knows that this is the time for the name-giving ceremony, or the Namakaran Sanskara, which we'll read as we move forward. But Garg Muni is now going to Nanda Maharaj. Let's see what happens further. Text 2. Anyone wants to read?
I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Text 2. Tam drishtva paramapritah pratyuthaya kritanjalihi anarchadhokshaja pranipata purasharam. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. When Nanda Maharaja saw Garga Muni present at his home, Nanda was so pleased that he stood up to receive him with folded hands. Although seeing Garga Muni with his eyes, Nanda Maharaja could appreciate that Garga Muni was adhokshaja, that is, he was not an ordinary person seen by material senses. So Nanda Maharaja, a wise Vaishnava, he is showing a respect to Garga Muni, who was, according to Nanda Maharaja, was Adhokshaja, Garga Muni. So that's why Adhokshaja means who has, I think, like, avoid of the material senses, like they can control all their senses. Prabhuji, Krishna also called Adhokshaja, right? Back to you.
Sajay, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. A lot of nice lessons in this purport or translation. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Rama. So Nanda Maharaj sees Garga Muni, tam drishtva, tam referring to Garga Muni, Preetaha, Paramapreetaha. So this is the first sign. When we see exalted souls, we should be Paramapreetaha. We should be very, very pleased, very, very happy. Amongst the 6 offenses to the devotees, what's that verse? Hanti nindati vaidveshti Vaishnavannam nabhinandati krudhyate apyopi naharshan darshane patanani shat. These are the 6 offenses. And one of them is to not be happy or pleased when we see Vaishnavas. Oh, why the heck he has come again, right? Now he'll eat my head for 2 hours. That's an offense. Here, tam drishtva, parama prita. Very, very happy, not just prita. Parama means topmost. He's very much pleased, very, very happy. And pratya utthaya. Uttishta, uthaya means he got up. It's not that he was lying on his bed and, oh, come, Garga Muni, you have come, please. Kritanjali, Krita Anjali. This is the folded palms. He got up from his seat or whatever, he stood up. He welcomed, basically offered his prostrated pranams. Anarcha. Archa vidhi, archana vidhi, right? Archana means to worship. Whom? Adhokshadhiya. Adhokshadhiya. Although Garga Muni was visible to the senses, Nanda Maharaj maintained a very high respect for him. So basically, yes, the word, as Mataji said, Adhoksha is used for Lord Krishna, certainly. But yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya aprasadat. Sakshat dharitvena samasta shastrai ukta satatha yata eva sadbhi. The Guru should be worshipped like the Supreme Lord. And Garga Muni certainly is their Guru. a very nice, sincere Brahmana, elevated in austerity and penance. We read that in the previous verse. And he's the priest of Yadu dynasty. So certainly he's like their Kul Guru. So he certainly deserves adhokshadhiya, the respect equivalent to God. That's the meaning here. That we must give the respects to Guru, the senior Vaishnavas, the spiritual master, respect equivalent to God. Pranipata. Pranipata. Does any verse ring in the mind with the word pranipata? Lakshay. What's 434? Please tell.
434 is Tadvidi Panipatena Pariprashnena Sevya. Sorry. Tadvidi Panipatena Pariprashnena Sevya Uptekshanti Tenanam Nani Nastatu Darshanaha.
Now you know the pranipata, right? You have to try to connect. This is a very nice exercise. As Vaishnava Prabhu, we were talking, he was mentioning that yes, this is something you should try to do. Link. This is basically studying Bhagavatam. We don't just read Bhagavatam, we study Bhagavatam. There's a difference between read and study, right? When we study, we should try to link these verses. And as many of you have memorized, Lakshay gave his exam and memorized 50 verses of Bhagavad Gita. This is excellent. Good job. So what does pranipata mean? You know here?
In the verse it says to serve a guru. So I thought pranipata is like guru or sir or what do you
So pranipata. Serve comes actually in the next line. Tadvidi pranipatina pariprashnena sevaya. So three things: pranipata, pariprashna, and sevaya. Right? So here, but the first thing when we meet spiritual master, we don't just start the conversation. We don't just ask questions or anything. The first thing is pranipata, right? Tadvidi pranipata. And therefore, in that verse 434 also of Bhagavad Gita. So he fell down before him and offered obeisance. So pranipata, pura ashram, purashsaram. Basically, he offered his humble obeisance. So first he folded his hands, got up, offered respects and everything, and offered his prostrated obeisances as well, right? Is Dandavat Pranam. Culture of respect, culture of how to deal with senior Vaishnavas, how to deal with the Guru, how to deal with the spiritual master. Giving them the same respect as Adhokshaja. Adhokshaja is used for Krishna, which means he's beyond senses. He's beyond the first and last letter of the Varnamala, in Ja, Adhokshaja. We cannot perceive him through the senses. But here, in the word to word, it's mentioned Adhokshaja, although Gargamuni was visible to senses, right? So Guru is visible to senses, correct? But one should not consider him as an ordinary man, as an ordinary person. Oh, I can see Guru with me. He has 2 hands. I have 2 hands. He has mouth. He also eats. I also eat. He sleeps. I sleep. He chants. I also chant. What's the big deal? That's a serious offense to the spiritual master. So although the Guru is visible, therefore sometimes that's not sometimes, many times it's mentioned. When we get too close, whenever we are with the spiritual master or very exalted devotees, we should serve them with reverence and not with familiarity. Otherwise, we may make offenses. We may make offenses and we will fall down because of that. Familiarity breeds contempt. They may not demand respect. They may not say, you know, that you need to offer me respect, right? They are amanina manadena. They don't ask for respect. But as an etiquette of the disciple, we must offer respect like God. You won't believe. I was hearing a class by His Grace Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. He was personal servant, cook, and in a lot of personal services he did for Śrī Prabhupada. They would offer obeisance to Prabhupada at least like 50 plus times every day. He'll cook one roti. Let's say I'm in the kitchen. Let's assume I'm Śrī Caitanya-Prabhu's role. I'm not even the dust of his lotus feet, but let's say I'm here cooking and Prabhupada is outside in the main room. He was cooking. He would make the roti, go out, offer pranams, serve the roti, come back, make the roti, go back, offer pranams and give the roti, come back, make the roti, offer pranams. Now, it is not just mechanical, and it is with heart, and it is required. So we must certainly follow these great souls' example. And Pradipat is, any other words ringing to our mind with that we should offer respects, we should offer namaskar to Krishna or to his devotees. Who will tell? Most of you know. Manmana Bhavad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. Right? We should offer namaskar, namaskar. All the verses begin with this Namaste Narishingaya Namo Nama Tulasi Krishna Priyasi. Right? So many. Namasyantasya Mam Bhaktya. What's that? Maite Teshu Chapyam. So, focusing on here the culture of respect, the culture of how to deal with Guru and giving proper respects and not consider them as ordinary. Because Amrinda Prabhu was there recently and got some good association and to hear from him. One who considers Guru as an ordinary human being is big offense. One who considers Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam as an ordinary book, big offense. One who considers Ganga as just some water body, Yamuna as just some water body, some lake pond, big offense. One who considers Tulsi as an ordinary plant, big offense. Right? One who considers a Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahamantra as just some ordinary mantra, these people just chant something. All these are not just some ordinary things. These are not different from Krishna. So, any other thoughts before we move to the next verse, next three? Yes, Kashish Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, there is one wonderful verse you have taught us, which fits in this context. And the moment you started the class, that verse is recalling in my mind. I just wanted to share it. It was, you remember that Aho Bhagyam, Nanda Gopa Adhokshajam, Yat Mitram Paramanandam, Purna Brahma Sanatanam. You have taught this sloka and taught us to remember this also, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, thank you. Thank you for reminding that beautiful verse. You want to share the translation in your words?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The translation is like that they are glorifying the family of Nand Baba, that they are so lucky that they have got Lord as their relative, as their Adokshaja. This is the compact meaning, Prabhu.
Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you. So let's read about the good fortune of Nanda and Vrajokasa. That means the Vrajavasis. Text number 3. Who wants to read? Yes, Kashish Mataji, are you in a position to read?
Please forgive me, Prabhuji. I'm working in
Sure,
kitchen.
sure.
Please.
Sushilpa
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, I can read. Text 3. Text 3, right? Okay. Supavistam kratatityam giras sunaryamunim nanda vidva bravid brahman pu, purnasya karavamakim. Purnasya karavamakim. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. When Garga Muni had been properly received as a guest and was very comfortably seated, Nanda Maharaj submitted with gentle and submissive words, "Dear sir, because you are a devotee, you are full of everything, full in everything. Yet my duty is to serve you. Kindly order me. What can I do for you?" Hare Krishna. So, to what I understand, Prabhu, Nanda Maharaj welcomed Gauramuni and then and then gave his Dandvat pranams to Gauramuni, and then once Gauramuni was seated, comfortably seated, Nanda Maharaj started talking, right? As you said, first invite and then we don't talk right away, right? We show our respect first, give our Dandava, and then he started talking in the sense, saying that you're full of knowledge. And because you are a devotee, you're full in everything. Yet my duty is to serve you. So he's asking, please tell me how to serve you, serve him, Prabhu. I think I just recall you in here, Prabhu, because you always say like, we are all devotees, and then you respect other devotees, like, and then you tell, how can I serve you, one and all, right? So I feel like I see you in Nand Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Mata.
Correct.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. These are wonderful verses. We can see this is life. This is Krishna consciousness. This is practical examples. How great devotees, pure, unalloyed, Nitya, Siddha, eternal associates of the Lord are dealing, right? Referring to Nanda Maharaj. How is he dealing with Garga Muni? It's Garga Muni, Gargacharya, Garga Muni. So we discussed a lot about Pranipata. This is a very important topic in Vaishnava etiquette manual also. Because I was hearing a class today, very nice class about the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Every job has some KPIs, right? Some measurable goals, key performance indicators, right? You're all given some targets that you have to, meet this targets or some goals. And in Bhakti, so trying to combine multiple classes here, which I heard in the last few days. In chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks a lot about who is very dear to me. And there are 36 qualities mentioned in there. What is the difficult part? The difficult part, no chanting, okay, we do. It's not easy, but we do. Prasadam, the most easy part. Reading, not so easy, but along with devotees, it gets easy. Hearing is little even more easier. But the difficult part is to develop Vaishnava qualities. That's the difficult part because that's subtle, right? Eating prasadam, it's more on a gross level, easy. Reading Bhagavatam, also, I mean, it's at multiple levels, but the gross level is easy. Then mananam, etc. is a tough part. Same chanting, pure chanting is hard, but at least the gross, the first layer of chanting, not that hard. But developing Vaishnava qualities is the hard part. So those are also the KPIs mentioned. And one that devotee was hearing too, he mentioned they are Krishna Prema indicators. So beautiful. KPIs, key performance indicators. There's a Krishna Prema indicators. How much of those KPIs we are trying to develop? How much of this Krishna Prema indicators are we trying to develop in our lives? Or Vaishnava qualities are we genuinely trying to develop? So we see here, no, let's discuss what qualities are being discussed in this verse. And you can, it's free and you can feel free to write or speak or put in the notes or whatever way. And let's just discuss some qualities of Nanda Maharaj here. Just name like 1 or 2 words.
Gentle speaking.
Gentle speaking, very
Gentle
nice.
speaking.
Like humble.
Humble.
Humility, okay. Humble, humility, very nice. What else?
Honesty.
Honest, yeah, honesty. What else?
Serving mentality, like serving devotees.
Subservient, right? Subservient or humble. What else? Respectful. He's very, very respectful, right?
Right.
What else? He's grateful also. Here we see.
Responsible, maybe. Duty, because.
Dutiful, right? He's grateful.
Submissive.
Submissive, yes. Quite similar to on humility.
Humility, yeah.
Right? He's submissive, tadvidi pranipatena. So all these are like great, and that's what these are mentioned in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita. These are the qualities. Krishna says those who have these qualities are very dear to me. 36 qualities. In marriage, they match. Kitne gun milte hain, right? The 36 are the max qualities. So if we can also match. We have to marry Krishna. How many of gunas match? Right? So we can do that.
Also, Prabhuji, important to have a selfless seva. Selfless seva attitude.
Selfless.
It's very important, Prabhuji, that I realized recently. Like, have to be very selfless and without desiring any personal benefit or name, fame, recognition like that.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. That's a very important point.
Yes.
Prabhu, maybe patience also.
Patience.
Yeah, because they said the translation says once he's received as a guest and was very comfortably seated, they might take time.
Very nice.
I was like looking for a photo the other day. I wasn't patient much. I should have waited, after Prabhuji, Amrin Prabhu is done with his kirtan, and then I was just recalling it.
But you're very humble. You can drove 4 hours to attend his program. And I feel knowledgeable also. Knowing all these, like what's the duty of a grihastha, what, it he is certainly very knowledgeable how to deal with the guests properly, right? It takes and not just knowledge in the head, but knowledge in the heart. He's living by that. It's a great example. So yeah, so there are a lot of great qualities we can reflect upon. So this topic is very detailed, in great detail mentioned in the Vaishnava etiquette also. So whenever we get chance to serve devotees, which we should be always very eager to, we should be very mindful, first of all, and understand their needs as far as possible. Do they have any dietary constraint? What's their age? How long of a journey they are doing? Are they like doing an international journey and jet lagged? And basically trying to empathize as much as possible. Again, we cannot know everything, but as far as possible, we should know. Are they allergic to any food items and all that stuff? So then when they come, it should be properly planned, right? Who is picking them and all these things, who is welcoming them, where they're staying, and how, and how they're commuting. So, and we should relay that plan to them so that they know very well in advance. We should avoid surprises as far as possible. Certain last minute things may always come, but as far as possible, we should avoid surprises, right? Because they can also plan better because they're traveling and they may have other things, other meetings, they have very busy schedules and stuff. And then when they come, first thing, offer pranams, offer respects, give them garland or some, sprinkle some holy water, etc. Then when they come inside, what Nanda Maharaj did, properly received as a guest and was very comfortably seated. So it should not be on the gate only. We ask them, let them first come and sit, right? That's a very important point. They should not, they are already traveling and they maybe have taken a long flight or long drive or let them sit comfortably, give some welcome drink. It could be, water or juice or anything based on their preference and availability and etc. And give them something to drink while they are comfortably sitting, and then we should start conversation. Submitted. Nanda Maharaj was very submissive, gentle, and with submissive words. All these are very important things to note here. Gentle and submissive words he spoke. So more things in between to welcome guests. So we can, once they're comfortable, we can show them the bathroom. If they want to freshen up, they want to take bath, depending if they have taken a long drive, we can ask them, probably they may be hungry, so we can let them know the prasadam is ready and things like what time they would like to eat. You can ask, and based if they're staying overnight and they have luggage and stuff, you can show if there's a separate room or whatever arrangements, the devotee who's inviting can show them the room, give them whatever space they need, and ask them that prasadam is ready and things like that. And once all that's done, right? Once they're comfortable, in short, if they want to take bath, let them take bath. Once all that's done, then we should, really speak. Should not be, oh, I have a question for you. 5 minutes after they enter, what's the difference between Paramatma and Bhagavat? Right? I mean, the question may be right. The person to ask the question may be right. The person to answer but we have to be aware of the timing also, right? So now, once everything is done, they're comfortable. My dear sir, because you are a devotee, you are in full You're full in everything. Now, that's another great lesson. Purnasya. Devotee means Purna. Devotee means satisfied. Devotee means Purna, means they're not lacking anything, right? Not hungry for material things. Of course, hungry for spiritual things is very good, but Purna basically means that they are complete. And now this word is again used for Krishna. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamada Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vishishyate. This is used for Krishna, but it's also used for his devotees, his great devotees like Gargacharya. And my duty now, look at Nanda Maharaj. He's the king of Raja, is it not? He's called Nanda Maharaj. And this Brahmana, Gargamuni, is in the renounced order. Today only I was hearing this class by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, who was mentioning that when Grihastas meet the brahmacharis or sannyasis, they should not never in their mind think that, oh, it's a sannyasi, useless soul, brahmachari, brahmana. They don't have a job to do. They don't have family. They don't have things to take care. I know so much I have to struggle. I have a hard job. I have so many bills to pay, and Wi-Fi, electric, and petrol, and gas is so high in the sky. I mean, everything is increasing. They don't know all that. I am only the real, person understanding this stuff. They are just, eating somewhere and just wandering. Big, 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 big offense. They have given their life and soul. It's not easy. For Krishna, giving their life and soul. They could have also made millions of dollars and worked in corporate jobs. They gave all that for a higher cause, completely dedicated their life to Krishna. So Grihastha should have a lot of respect for the renounced order, Vanaprasthas, Brahmacharis, and Sannyasis. Like Nanda Maharaj is showing. He's not thinking, I'm the king, I'm the maintainer, I give you salary, I give you donation, I give you this. No, he's very, very humble. And on the other side, for brahmacharis, Maharaj was speaking that brahmacharis should never think that these are just grihasthas engaged in family and job and business and making money and just wasting their time in useless things. So brahmacharis should never think like that. That's all, because grihastha devotees we're talking about, they're also trying to be Krishna conscious. They may not be, reading 10 hours like the brahmacharis or hearing so much, but they're also doing their part. That's the principle of mutual interdependence. That builds the community strong, where everyone has respect for the other. The elders respect the kids, and the kids respect the elders. That's family. Everyone respects each other, that we need each other. We need each other's help. Alone, I'm alone. Individually, I'm alone. I need all of you. I need your support. I need your association. So we need all the members, male, female, young, old, grihasthas, brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, sannyasis, etc. Now, I'm a grihastha. We're a great soul. My duty is to serve you. Kindly order me. What can I do? Kim aham karavani mam karavani kim purnasya karavani kim. Beautiful verse to meditate upon. Any other thoughts anyone has in this connection? We discussed a lot about welcoming guests. That was the main theme. If anyone has any thoughts, comments, additions, questions on this theme, how to welcome, with what attitude to welcome, the example of Nanda Maharaj, any other points coming to your mind, any thoughts or questions?
So, Prabhuji, in Bengal, actually, we are raised like this, that Otiti Narayan. So even not knowing anybody who comes at your house, we welcome with everything. Even nowadays might be different, but that time lot of trust with each other, even not knowing, and it was safe also. So what to speak of the sannyasis? So I remember that we have a Gaudiya Math close to our house. The sannyasi used to come. That time I used to go to the Ramakrishna mission. We had a so-called idea that people who are educated, they go to the Ramakrishna mission. Illiterate people go to the Gaudiya Math. So, but my parents are Ramakrishna mission initiated. But any sadhus coming to house used to give sharbat first, then pranam, then few dakshina and chal, some vegetables and everything. So that way we raised. I think most of the Indians are like nowadays, some I saw like people, they have bad ideas about the devotee sannyasis, as you said, that they don't have work, they don't do, they're lazy people or those things by current education or media or some communist or ethics idea. But I think in general, that is the whole Indian culture. Back to Puja.
Yeah. It's true. The culture, I mean, and it's degrading very fast because of the things you mentioned. Earlier outside the gate, they had this Atithi Devo Bhava, right? Atithi. That literally means, the word Atithya is used here also. Tithi means date. Atithi means no date. That means you don't have to take an appointment. I'm coming to your home. Are you available? Can I stop by for 2 hours? No, that's, well, these days it may not be practical because a person may not be at home, right? So we have to be practical too and let them know that in case if someone is coming, are they in town? Are they at home? Are they okay to receive or not? All that stuff, you have to see the practical. But literally the word Atithi means that they come without notice, right? That's Atithi. Atithi Devo Bhava, or Atithi Narayan, like serving, like Lord, which is great because Eko Devutasin. And then what happened? Beware of dogs. Outside the homes, what is written? Beware of dogs. Don't try to enter because dogs inside will harm you, will bite you. And nowadays, trespassers prosecuted. Don't take a step on my property, otherwise I'll call the cops and get you kicked out. Right? Ahankara Vimuratma. I, me, and mine, the doership, the enjoyer, the bhokta mentality, considers oneself as the doer. I'm the owner of this land, I'm the owner of this home, I'm the owner of the property. And that Atithya is gone. What to speak of Atithya these days? Even the son and the daughter, or like the father and the mother, like, you know, the parents have to take appointment from kids, and the kids have to take appointment from the parents. Hey, and that's why in this country, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Thanksgiving Day, they basically meet once in a while with prior appointments because everyone is so busy. What to speak of Aditya? But His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was mentioning that, especially, you know, in the culture, so especially I've seen this Bengali culture in the is very, very deep rooted in Aditya. In the town, I forgot the name. One time the Yatra devotees went there in Bangladesh. The disciples of Sri Narottam Das Thakur, who's again in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. So from that branch, they said first they will give so much prasad till the belly, till the neck, and then sweets and this sandesh and rasgulla and this and mishti dahi and this everything, and then say, well, this is now a special thing for digestion. This is now you lie down, and then devotees would come and massage. Oh my God. They never experienced like something like that in their life. So that was like really out of love, kindness, respect and hospitality. But this is something we should do. Narad Muni, how he became Narad Muni? He was the son of a maid servant by doing great service to the Bhaktivedantas or the great devotees, eating their remnants. Because naturally at the home, I think recently Sharanya Mataji was sharing that, Visheshika Prabhu came to their home. They're feeling that vibration even like weeks and weeks after that. This is the power of great soul, which will come actually in tomorrow's verse. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'll be able to read, but next verse, which I don't want to start because it's very important. They are the walking tirthas. They are pilgrimage personified. They are Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, and Mathura come together at one place. So there is no better thing in the world than to serve great souls. So especially when these opportunities come to serve great souls who have given their life and soul for Prabhupada and his mission, we should be very, very eager to not miss their association and very, very eager to get any iota of their association and a chance to serve them, because this is the real secret of making spiritual advancement. By serving great souls, we develop affinity. We develop affinity for reading, hearing, chanting, etc. Ekaki amara nahi paya bala. Alone I am alone. I'm very powerless alone. Nahi paya bala. Oh Vaishnava Gosai, you help me out. I need your Sangha. I need your, for my own good, right? As Nanda Maharaj is saying, you are full. It's not that they are coming because they are deprived of something. Very deep point. It's not that they are coming because they want something from us, right? They need our hospitality. Or one time, again, remember this story. This Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was walking in the yatra and meeting the cooks. It's very hard to cook for 5,000 people, right? Not easy. 5,000, 7,000 devotees have to cook. And Maharaj was encouraging them. Hundreds of devotees are cooking, not one or two, right? But imagine the scale. And it's not that there's a big waiting, like everything happens so systematically, so process is so nice that, there's no waiting practically. Maybe at max 2 minutes wait, that's it. So the process is so well organized. It's featured in like mega kitchens and something like that, also on Discovery or CNN something. But Maharaj said that don't think that you are serving them. Talking to all the cooks, they're serving them, right? Don't think that they have come here to eat your paneer sabji and puri and whatnot you're making. Think how fortunate you are that you are getting chance to serve thousands of wonderful devotees of Lord Krishna. So we should always think that they are Purna. They don't need anything. They don't need our money. They don't need our hospitality. They don't need the dishes we make. But it is our duty to serve them with the best we can. The best we can. And everyone knows the best what they can. So for our own good. Not for them, but for our own good. And in doing so, we get purified. We get blessings. We get the mercy. This is Bhakti. Hare Krishna. Sorry if I overspoke, but anything before we wrap up?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In the same context, just I'd like to mention that at my home, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. back home, always outdoor was open for people to come. And if someone close the main door, someone will knock immediately. And at least almost, I would say, like four times per week, they will, like some people who has need like to eat like lunch, they comes, and my mom actually give them food and no one will go without food, and all vegetarian food, and sometimes Krishna's prasad, because our Radha Krishna was there from when I was born. So I was thinking, like, why can't I do that? Like here, it's like it's my situation, or I'm in US, so I'm feeling like I'm doing nothing compared to what they have done by home. Always welcome devotees, always welcome poor like person to eat at our home. I still remember those days.
Yes, yes. That's great culture. And I just think of our dear Bankim Prabhu, in this, who actually is living by this principle.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Yes, I was also going to say that Bankim Prabhuji is our example, a great example. Always his door is open for everyone. He never say no to anyone, and always prasadam is there, and he serves there to whoever will come. It's so great. He's a very great person.
Absolutely. And he goes out of the way to deliver at their home, it takes a lot of effort to do that. So at least we can do this in a small way. We cannot imitate others. We can in a small way. For example, let's say you make laddus, make 2 extra laddus, give it to your neighbor, give it to your colleague, you made some cookies, make 5-10 extra cookies. Or even if we don't have that, banana, apple, orange, things like these, they don't need a lot of effort. We can keep some extra, distribute in your office. This is an offer to Krishna.
Yes.
And giving to neighbor and friends around.
Yes.
Or the office, somewhere we meet someone. The grihastha should call out every day. Is anyone hungry? Is anyone hungry? Is anyone hungry? That was the Vedic culture. And if no one comes after 3 loud calls, then they can eat. But we have to see what's practical these days, and at least the heart should be there. The heart should be there. Distributing prasadam in this day is like distributing gold. We can't distribute gold, but we can distribute prasadam in some way, right? Prabhupada started this food for life, and
I do, Prabhuji, but not like regular basis, like maybe once in 3 months, like that. To my neighbors, they're Christian, but still I gave them prasad. But I did not say that, but I said like we offer to our God, and they accept happily. So sometimes at work, but occasionally, not like regular basis.
Whatever is based on one's time, place, situations. Whatever one can do best, one must try. Our neighbor, like I just say this, our neighbor just became devotee by taking prasadam. Now, whenever Manjulali makes, practically every other day, she makes extra, and we go and deliver to her. And she is going through a lot of health issues, but now she's very Krishna conscious. She may not be like chanting, but she is so devoted. Like it started just last Kartik. She was coming every day to offer Damodar lamps, and a lot of gradually, step by step. But the main thing was prasadam. Now she also has a small picture of Krishna. She also has given up eating meat, and she's also trying to cook a little bit of these preparations, and she offers in her own prayers in ways to Krishna. That's the power of prasadam. So we must distribute as much as possible according to our situations and strengths. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Bhagavatam Puran ki jai, Food for Life ki jai, Srila Prabhupada prasadam distribution ki jai, guest reception ki jai,
Jai.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you so much. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Very